There's some deep lore with Lego City Undercover in this channel because it was featured in my very first video, Flip the Switch. That was one of the examples of a cover when you flipped it inside out. It was just blank. So if you flipped that game cover inside out, it would just look like a white box and be super boring. And someone made the really good joke, that someone being me, that it was like Lego City Undercover went undercover. Moving on. So I bought that game like a long time ago on some Black Friday sale, and it's been collecting dust in my collection. So I'm like, okay, if I'm committing to this bucket list project, I'm gonna do Lego City first. And I was pleasantly surprised with the game. I really think it's a genuinely fun alternative to GTA if you are one of those parents or have one of those parents that is just really opposed to you playing GTA, which is fair. Both Lionel and I had that experience with our parents.
My mom did not like it because you had to kill cops, so she was like, no, you cannot play this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so reverse of that, unfortunately, you are one of the cops in this game. It flips it on the other side. And kind of similar to LA Noire, you can super abuse your power in that you're a cop, but you can crash into people, basically do crime and not get in trouble for it. And yeah, that's not great when you think about it, but it's a Lego game and nobody really makes like their hurt sounds. It's all like really cartoony. So there's a level of negligibility there. A level. But yeah, beyond that, it is a fun game. It's a more palatable version of the GTA game loop. You get classic Lego game levels, which are just platform puzzle levels that if you want to, you can play co-op with a friend. The game functionally reminded me a lot of Lego Batman, where you get a lot of different disguises, which give you a lot of different powers, which allow you to do a lot of different things in this game. So that was pretty cool. I liked the depth that was there. It definitely was a simple game, but I think for a kiddo first getting into open worlds who might be wanting to play something like GTA with like a bunch of cool vehicles and stuff, the vehicles were really sick in this game. The point is, there was a lot of meat on the bones of this game. It was full. I enjoyed my time with it. That being said, one thing I did notice was the load screens in this game were wild. Like, they were really long load screens. And allegedly, I've heard the Wii U load screens are worse than the like original version of the game. And then they updated it and they're faster. And even with the update, they're really slow. The slowest load screens I experienced out of any of the games I played. So that's saying something, I think. The whole time I'm talking here right now, I'm going to show footage of one of said load screens to really hammer in the points.
It takes the whole conversation for the load screen to happen.
I'm really hoping so in the edit. So yeah, that was a thing. There was 2 currencies in the game. Your standard Lego game currency of the studs, and you also had just bricks, which could help you build things around town, which helped fill out your open world. And what I really liked about these 2 currencies is the studs. You really easily got access to stud multipliers, which by like 1/3 into the game, I was getting times 48 coins. I just kept stacking all those multipliers, and by that point, I was getting times 48. That was fun, just how broken that was. But then the other resource, the one that actually helps you complete the open world, that one you had to work a little more to collect up. I think I would have really liked this game as a kid. It really does feel like you're playing in a fully realized Lego City, to the extent where you can even fly helicopters over the streets and speed boats along the coast of the harbor. There's still a lot of fun to be had here as an adult, but I think I've aged out of this game's humor.
Whoa! Sheesh! That is one small step, Foreman.
As well as a lot of loud equals funny. I'm looking at you, Frank. Stuff I would have ate up when I was 12, but now it doesn't do much more than get a couple of smirks out of me. One last fun fact about Lego City Undercover is we found good old Dr. Stromboliosis Jones. Dr. Jones is a character from my very first video.
Also flip the switch.
Yes. And he's also a Lego doctor in Lego City Undercover, which I think that's so fun that I discussed that game in that video, and then years later I find a little Easter egg, unintentional Easter egg buried in the game. So that was just fun. Some good wink wink nudge nudge at the channel lore. So I beat the Lego City Undercover story and got like about 50% completion. It's one of those games that tells you very specifically how far you've progressed in the game. It's like 50.6% completed, something like that. And I was pretty happy with that. I could have kept doing the little challenges around the open world map. I could have kept building more super builds, and I could have seen myself having fun doing that. That being said, when I decided to move on from Lego City, I had completed the story and done a lot of the stuff I wanted to do. I was feeling pretty content. I was like, okay, seeing what this game has to offer for the most part, time for the next one.